Hey guys! Okay, so first of all, I want to apologize. There's somebody weed whacking or something outside the window, so hopefully I can get all this done before they come back around this side. I'm doing a look today that was inspired by Angelina Jolie in the movie The Tourist. I had seen an article with her, before I saw the movie, I had read an article with her makeup artist talking about how he did her eyes, you know, the majority of the time, how he does her eyes. So then I saw the movie and I had kind of noticed that it was exactly the technique that he had talked about. And also since then I've seen her a couple of times where she was wearing that look as well. So anyway, I thought I'd do a video on it because it's fairly simple. And anyway, so if you want to see how to get this look, then just stay tuned. Oh, and another thing, I wanted to remind you guys that every product that I use, all the products I use, will be on my blog. In addition to that, I'll put a link in the bottom bar to my blog, as well as my contact lenses, and I have a video on hair extensions, which I'm wearing now, and I'll include that on the blog and in the description bar below. Also, if I use a product that's a limited edition or something that's difficult to find, I will list on my blog a good duplicate for that, what I perceive as a good duplicate for whatever product that is. Anyway, so just wanted to add that. Okay, so here's the eye up close that we're going to be recreating. And we've already started with Urban Decay Primer Potion and Painterly on the lid. And I'm going to be taking Feline by MAC. Oops. Feline, and you can use Smolder for this. I'm going to put that right into the lash line. Just all the way across. Doesn't have to be perfect. And even though I haven't recorded this portion yet, I'm sure I'm going to tell you in the beginning that this is what I read about Angelina Jolie's makeup artist. This is how he said he does her makeup. And the few times I've seen her since then, sure enough, this is how her makeup was. And also in the movie The Tourist, which I'm sure I'm going to reference also. I'm just taking a little angled brush and dragging it over that line, softening it. I'm going to take brown. I'm going to use this NYX color called Brown and my Sonia Kashuk fluffy brush. This color is almost identical to Cork, which is what he uses from MAC. And I'm going to go right over that line onto the lid, buffing it upwards. And fading it, easing up on your brush as you get up, as you go up the lid. Take your finger and buff it out, or you can get a clean brush and buff out that top line if you want to. I'm going to go back with the black pencil, right into the lash line again. And repeat the same thing. Back with Cork one more time. And one more time with the pencil a little bit closer to the lash line, because we're not going to buff this one out. I want it to stay fairly black. Now you could go ahead and use your black pencil to line the waterline if you want. I'm going to use Black Track because I think it stays better. And I'm just using a little, what is this, 208 brush. And tight line right under the lash line. I'm going to take whatever's left on the brush and just smudge it into the lash line. Not too much. We want to keep it fairly tight to the lash line, although I'm probably going to have to go with a Q-tip and fix that, but that's okay. Then I'm going to be taking Dark Brown by NYX as well, or NYX. Go right into the outer edge, pull that over. I'm going to use that same Sonia Kashuk brush I used earlier. I'm just kind of dusting it off on a paper towel and just blending out that top edge. I'm going into the black by Bobbi Brown. Actually, this color is called Charcoal, but it's really black. Just on that little angled brush, right over where you did the liner, just kind of pulling it up and over. Turning the brush sideways and kind of pulling it into the crease. And then blending around the edges. I'm going to be using Mylar by MAC right here. And this is a Chanel eyeshadow brush. Go right under the brow. You don't want to use anything real shimmery or anything like that. This is a satin formula. I'm going to take a cosmetic Q-tip and I'm going to pull that line a little closer to the lash line. Okay, now I'm going to curl my eyelashes, and I'm going to be using a Ardell Demi Pixie. No, sorry, Demi Wispy. I always say that. Okay, so here you have the eyes. And if you want to see the rest of her look, then just stay tuned. Okay, so now I'm going to take Pro Longwear NC40 as usual. I don't ever want to go my life without this foundation. And then I'm going to take my 130 foundation brush and add a bit more where I like a little more coverage. And I'm going to use my Studio Fix pressed powder in NC40. I'm using this because I'm out of my medium dark and my Care Blends powder, which is what I love. I'm also out of it in my mineralized skin finish. I did place an order. It should be coming today or tomorrow. So until then, I am using this, which is totally fine. It gives you a really, really full coverage. It looks like she's got a, of course her cheekbones are really high, so she probably doesn't have a lot of contour because her cheekbones are already high. She doesn't need a lot of it. But as you can see, my face is very round, so I am going to contour a little bit, give the illusion of a higher cheekbone. I don't think I said what bronzer I'm using. I'm using this Wonder Woman bronzer, by the way. And I'm going to use Darkly My Dear from the Villains collection. I think Melba or Blush Baby, maybe not. I'm not sure, but I'll list on the website something that you could use for a dupe for this. If you want to do this look, you know, exactly like this. That's going to go on the apple of the cheek, right above the contour. And even though she was, you know, fairly matte, she did have a little bit of a glow on the higher planes of her cheeks. So I'm going to use, what is this? Chez La May from MAC. I don't remember exactly. I think this is what, Champagne, one of those collections. Right at the highest planes. Go down the center of your nose, forehead, Cupid's bow. As far as Angelina's look goes, you probably do want to do a little bit of highlight, you know, around the lip because her lips are so huge. And this will give the appearance of a fuller lip. So you can do that as well. I take my YSL Touche Eclat in number 2. If you're slightly darker than me, number 3 will work for you, the color in the YSL. Because I will graduate to the 3 when I get a little darker in the summer. But of course you guys will probably hear about that. Now it looked like to me she had 3 lips going on. She had fairly nude, and I felt like her lips looked a little dry. I'm not crazy about her with a nude lip. And she had kind of a mauvey pink and then a really dramatic red lip. Same eyes all the time with the red lip, and where she was dressed up for the evening, her eyes were a little bit darker on the outer side, probably a little closer to mine. And but my favorite lip was the kind of mauve-y, pinky lip, so I'm going to do that. And I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 lip pencil in Wicked, and I'll zoom in so you guys can see. And I'm going to use the Lip Fusion Infatuation in Pucker Up is the color. It's fairly opaque, so you don't really have to do a lipstick under it. And there you have the finished look. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!